Yes, hello. Of course. Yes, let me just try right now. If you enter into our webpage and you can place your order, let me check. Yes, indeed. Of course. Of course. We'll be happy to assist you. Just enter into our app and make any request that you might want to. Sorry, just give me a second. Just give me a second. Just give me a second because we're running so fast and the pandemic has accelerated everything. We have embraced digital transformations and companies need to go online. We're talking about online businesses today. My name is Salvatore Nigro, and I am the CEO of JA Europe. Why are we doing so? We're doing so because we are on the run-up of the largest European entrepreneurship event that will be hosted in Tallinn, Estonia, from the 12th to the 14th of July. And guess what? 370,000 young people. Did I get it right? Let me check. 370,000 young people have been competing since the last September for the best entrepreneurial ideas and businesses in Europe. So we're going to talk about online businesses today, and I'm so pleased to have with me in our podcast Claudia Selli, the Vice President of European External Affairs at AT&T. Hello, Claudia.
Hi, Salvatore. Thank you for hosting me today.
And we have a long journey with AT&T collaboration. It started in 1919. So imagine, more than 100 years ago. So people tell we are old organization. Not really, because we have so many great young people who power our energy. And here we have Rudolf Gustav Anni, a J Estonia alumni and the founder of Pager. Hello.
Hello. Nice to be here and share my experience.
Thank you so much for joining us in this podcast today. Well, we stay in Estonia. We're going to Estonia because we have a great leader over there, which is the CEO of JA Estonia, Kersti Lohr. Hello, Kersti.
Hello, Salvatore. Thank you for inviting me and welcome to Tallinn.
Definitely. I'm so thrilled and so excited to see who is going to be the winner of the Gen E 2022. But before doing that, like our podcast, share it to your friends, share it to your colleagues. You find us on YouTube, on Apple Podcast, and on Spotify. So being online is a necessity for successful business these days. But why? Why? Claudia, let me get straight to you. What business-related skills do you find the most critical in today's digital economy?
First of all, thank you very much for having me here. And also congratulations on your event. It's amazing that so many young people, are participating and creating new ideas. I'm really excited about that. I think, as you were saying before, one lesson that COVID certainly taught us is the importance of connectivity and being able to learn, work, and shop online. In less than 2 years, from school to banks, from supermarket to pharmacies, services and stores, everything moved online. So I really think that digital literacy is a critical skill to have in order to learn and work in a society where communication and access to information is increasingly through digital technologies like internet platform, social media, and mobile devices. As part of our AT&T Believes effort, AT&T is providing digital and financial literacy training to 6,000 women entrepreneurs in Malaysia and Indonesia in partnership with Asia Foundation, and we're planning on expanding to India too next year. Another example in the US, for example, to solve the problem of digital divide, we are tackling the problem from all angles. We are investing, for example, an additional 2 billion over the next 3 years to address the digital divide through low-cost broadband offers, connected learning centers, and community investment. And certainly, the long-standing partnership with GA is another important example to mention.
Thank you so much. 2 billion new investment. That's a huge amount of funding that is going right where people needs and right where the young generation needs. Because we have to make sure that if before the pandemic we had a digital skills gap, now we're getting into a canyon, from a gap to a canyon. So we do need to build those bridges. But someone who has done a fantastic bridge from education to entrepreneurship, an amazing journey, is definitely Rudolf Gustav. Rudolf, tell me how it started with Junior Achievement up to this day, your journey.
Yeah, I try to keep it short. I can be named as a serial student company maker in general. We already wanted to make a first company in 6th grade, but somehow the headmaster of the school told like, you're maybe too young for it. So we had to wait until 8th grade. In 8th grade, we started with the idea of happy calendar. And the idea is that on every day, you have one challenge what to do on this day. For example, smile, give a hug, drink milk, clean up your room, something small, positive to make your day happier. And first year it was a huge success. We sold 1,000 calendars within a few weeks, and many more orders were there, but we didn't have any calendars left. So we decided to keep going with that. And today, from that, I have grown one of my business, which is Seik Publisher, and we are operating in all Baltics. We're also in Finland, in every different language, also in Central Europe, several projects in Germany, in France, and so on. So that's the first experience was what I had. And also in gymnasium, I did my second student company, and that was called Sibis. So it was like farmers' online store where you can buy groceries online. So basically, before I had the COVID and the real demand in the supermarket or ordering came, we already made this platform and sold potatoes and cucumber and all the other things online. And actually, when also I'm thinking about the first, when we started in 8th grade, we already made back then online store and sold online, which that time wasn't a very big thing because it was like 10 years ago or something. And today we are generating quite decent amount of revenue from online sales and through these online channels, and it's growing rapidly.
From happy calendar to an happy story to successful entrepreneurial journey. But we know there are challenges too. And Kersti, for the past 2 years, because of the pandemic, JA programs have been delivered mostly online, hybrid mode, partly on site, partly online. So what changed in an organization which is 100 years old in adopting this hybrid model, this online, both for JA staff and teachers?
Yeah, the change has been tremendous, actually. When we first started to talk about delivering our courses online, our colleagues said it's absolutely impossible to do JA practical learning through online channels. But already half year from that, we did it fully online for both students and teachers. And actually, we learned a lot throughout this process. We started to use new methodology, new platforms. We started to use different online learning tools, and this has changed our learning process. But still, now we use both online and on-site training methods. And I feel that it's the mixture of these is the best.
It is definitely an excellent example on how to bring an experiential learning that has been there for 100 years and moving it into a blended form using the technology, using the power of technology. A long-term partnerships over 100 years between AT&T and junior achievement. Now, AT&T has been has had a great focus on excelling in IT. But what does excellence in IT mean, Claudia, in 2022 for both small and big businesses?
Yeah, thank you, Salvatore. And as you have been saying, AT&T has a long history with GA. In 1919, GA was co-founded by Theodore Vail, the then president of AT&T. And today, we still continue to show support through job shadow opportunities for GA students and GA global programs and initiatives. One example is that through the AT&T support, GA Europe helped around 7,000 students across Europe with job readiness and entrepreneurship training in 2020-2021. To your point, excellence in IT is key really to small and big businesses in order to succeed. I would say really it's a must-have, and that's why the support and anything we can do to help them, I think it's critical and it's important to do so.
And do you agree, Gustav? I mean, it's what Claudia has been telling us. No, excellence in IT is somewhat a necessity for young graduates today. How do you feel also the schools, are they preparing young people for this journey, or they still need a little bit more of push?
I think from the side of students, they are in very good point because I mean, outside of the school, they are using their phones, they use social media, they use digital channels and so on, and that's a really good advantage when they places in making their student company or their own business or so. Because today you can make like a niche product and sell it globally. You can sell it all over Europe or in your country. When we started, we had to go to the fair and sell in person. With a student company, but now you just place it in Instagram or TikTok, share it with others, and get money in and send parcels out. So there is a huge opportunity for young people there, and I think also when JA with the program can support more of how to do those kind of digital marketing and then sales and online stores and so on. That is an amazing skill to learn, and that's also what the job market, like older generations are struggling to like understand and do. So it's an advantage for young people also to offer as a being employer of a company or starting own company.
You heard from Claudia, 7,000 young people have been supported thanks to program of JA AT&T, especially on digital. But Kersti, did you see a change in the students of what they are presenting over the past 10 years? How this has been accelerated on their business idea, how they are incorporating digital?
Of course, we see these changes, and we can say that we had already 10 years ago some student companies who came out with digital solutions for problems, for example, Rudolf's company. But now the change has mainly been in sales skills, online sales skills. All the student companies today have to sell their products through online channels in social media. They make e-shops, and actually we provide also the training for doing the e-shop. Rudolf is doing this online training for them, and I think it helps a lot to create this kind of solutions. And what we also offer the platform for student companies what they could use, but the best student companies really make their own shops, and they are almost or even at the same level than the real e-shops are in Estonia. So students are really good at these skills.
Students in Estonia are very good at that. We know that also Estonia has so many unicorns in the countries that we are all following over there, as you should all follow the 221 companies who have already built a virtual stand in our virtual expo of Gen 2022. Remember, www.gen-e.eu. You go there, you explore the virtual expo, you will find so many of the stands of the young people who have built their companies and now they're promoting. And what you can also do there, you can also vote for your preferred company, because indeed this year AT&T is supporting the Public Choice Award for upper secondary level. It is about JA youth doing successful marketing and communication to generate the online votes for their businesses. Now, Claudia, do you expect young people to be fully equipped to take on this challenge of the online vote promotion? It's not just about a restricted jury, it's about the full public. Everybody in Europe and all over the world can enter and vote. Are the youth ready?
Thank you, Salvatore. I think, Generation E as well as Generation Z or millennials certainly have dubbed digital natives, even though they're not necessarily digitally literate. They are the generations of YouTuber, online entrepreneurs, and a lot of innovative digital ideas, as you were explaining before, come from the young generations. And as a mother of two young children, I can see the difference in approaching the digital world, as devices have been part of their lives from day one. And they think, for example, that the job of tomorrow is not being an astronaut or a firefighter, but rather a TikToker or a YouTuber. So there's a mind shift, if you like, in a lot of young people. So I would expect them to be prepared and equipped. But for the ones that are lagging behind, as I was explaining before, as at AT&T, we're really trying to give support in order to bring everyone on the same page, and through JA support, but also through our beliefs program. So I hope that everyone will be voting for this important and great event that you are organizing.
Amazing. I mean, the online voting has been one of the initiatives that we launched when the pandemic hit, because we felt that we wanted to expose the brilliant ideas of the young people to a wider audience than just the juries. Definitely, we have one track that goes with the jury, but here everybody has the chance to vote for your favorite company and your favorite startup, supported by the Public Choice Award for Upper Secondary, supported by AT&T. So Gustav, it was not there when you joined JA at that time. So, but what do you think about this online voting, Public Choice Award? How does young people can really take out their digital marketing skills in order to attract attention?
I think it's a great opportunity. When we did the student company, for example, the farmers platform, I remember we also had this public award campaigns in Estonia, either on the fair or on the end competition. And for example, we made a giveaway. We give away 1 kilogram of meat or something like that, and we got like 6,000 plus people sharing it, wanting to have this kind of, which cost about 10 euros or so. So I mean, with very simple tricks, you can actually get loads of attention and loads of votes. And I think it's good way also. First, it's good way through this kind of that you have a deadline and you have to get loads of votes to just tell about your business to the people around. So even if you like send it to the local newspapers or nationwide newspapers, we did a loads of those things as well, like went to the TV or radio to talk about it, then it's possible. Just you can have like a reason why people have to know about your student company or idea, and you get yourself a bit of fame in addition to that. So I think it's a great to have that part also in the European competition, and I think let's
Rudolf
go
Gustav
on.
is already giving few tips here for the guys. Okay, how do you want to incentivize voting? What is your digital marketing strategy to attract those votes? Follow those tips. Remember, share this podcast on Spotify, on Apple, and on YouTube. Kersti, so you have organized this online voting in Estonia for the Public Choice Award, the national competition. How does this differ from the rest of the student company competition, and how the public in Estonia generally responded to something like that?
Yeah, we have done it already since 2014, and we do it like Rudolf Gustav said. The students publish their video on our platform, and then they start promoting themselves. Actually, they do the job. We help it. We also promote this platform, of course, but the main job is done by students themselves, and they are very active. And also the general public responds very well. Sometimes we have their votes, thousands and thousands votes. And what I like about this award most is that these companies who maybe are not the overall winners of a competition, they have opportunity to win something and to promote their company. And I think this is good to have more winners and to acknowledge students for different skills they have.
Different skills, and we talked about the skills gap, the canyon as I define it now, but what instead is the comparative advantage for the young generation here, Claudia? Because sometimes I feel old myself, right? Before you were all talking about when you were young, when my generation, we all wanted to become astronauts. By the way, all my friends wanted to become astronauts. I wanted to become an archaeologist. And people say, why? Because I say, if you want to go to the moon, you have to also have your feet stick on the ground. Because if you want to look at the future, you'll need to know about your past. So how do we translate this into the digital online? Well, here we have the experts are asking no questions. I'm just posing them. But Claudia, so what is the comparative advantage for the young generations in that?
Thank you. And I totally agree with you that in order to build the future, you have to be mindful of the past and of the differences between the various generations. So there's no one that is better than the other, but rather, I think each generation brings a peculiarity and a particularity that, if worked all together, can really make the difference. And so we need to be mindful about that. But I think the comparative and the competitive advantage for the young generation is really excellence in IT and in the digital economy for the same reasons that we were talking just before. Everyone is online. Now all the companies are moving online. And so I think this will be certainly an asset and a skill to have.
And you, Rudolf, Gustav Rudolf, how do you see in the digital economy, the opportunities more than the struggles for the young people? Say, well, they know those tricks. They already were born. I can see my little son, 7 years old, already there, is more literate than I do sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. There is loads of opportunities, and I think what is good with all this kind of digital platforms or systems that today young people it's the daily life is that the best ones can stand out and scale more. So you have opportunity to do, like when you do something in a level which is very good. When you're good at something, you can scale it up. You can go other countries. You can go all over Europe. You can go all over the world with your ideas, and that's the thing about it. So if you are a good I don't know, musician, you can make a video in TikTok, make it cool that all people will share it. So you can do it. It wasn't possible maybe 20 years ago. So there is a lot of possibilities, but of course the competition is also much higher. So also you have to stand out, and that's really important that like young people find out through this studying period, or making those companies, or making other things outside of school, that what is that one thing that they will be the best in a field of and because you are competing not anymore with your village or your city, but you are competing with all people all over the world, because everybody has access to this network. So when you don't stand out, then of course it will be much harder today for you. It's same in today in e-commerce where we are daily basis working. When we do something which is really good, we can get amazing results in many countries. But when we don't stand out, it's very hard, and you can say that it's killing the businesses, and then for many people or many companies, actually it is making it harder. But they have to also figure out what's the one thing they are really good about it and scale it up. So
find out what you are very good at and stand out for that. So what is Estonia very good at? And organizing the Gen E 2022 in Tallinn. So Kersti, what is your advice for the J students that are coming to Tallinn and participating in the final competition this year?
First of all, take actively part of everything and enjoy, because we have put together quite an extensive program. Besides of competition, you have lots of opportunities to interact with your peers, make new friends, visit unicorns in Estonia, learn, enjoy, etc. So come, take part, and enjoy the event. You are welcome.
I'm very glad that the goods were shipped on time. Yes, sir, we are always here at your service. Did you book your flight to come to Tallinn? Yes, we're all gonna be there. So thank you so much. We sorted out everything. We have inspired young people to go online with their businesses. We are inspiring the audience to vote for the Public Choice Awards for Upper Secondary, which is supported by AT&T. It has been an absolute pleasure to share with all of you this half an hour. Thank you so much to AT&T. Thank you so much to J Estonia. Thank you so much to Pager and Rudolf Gustav for being such a great panelist on this podcast. And I invite you, all of you, to continue, share, and take your flight to come to Tallinn. Bye, everyone.